Hello my friends and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. About four topics for this video. The first one is the Houthis, the bad people from Yemen, attacked again USS Truman aircraft carrier. So they're attacking us. That means we have to retaliate. Donald Trump uses the B-2 bombers, stealth bombers, to attack targets in Yemen. And Donald Trump posts a video of US strike in Yemen. Some people claim that was a religious gathering and not a Houthi, warriors gathering. We're gonna talk about that one. Russia again attacks Ukraine with almost 100 drones overnight. They stopped. They're not doing it like 150 as they did about 2 weeks, a day and night. Then we find out that the Poles who have balls actually confirm what I said over and over again. The Poles' interest in Ukraine is not only a buffer zone between them and Russia, because they think Russia will have to be defeated. That means that buffer zone should not exist. And I claimed this many times before. Poland, not only the love for the Russians or the Ukrainians, they don't like the Ukrainians either. You don't think so? Okay. But it's also the western part of Ukraine that I stated many times before they want it, and I think they will get it. But now they want Odessa. So the attitude is right there. We're gonna grab it, and who's gonna stop us? We arm ourselves like crazy. And I asked this question many times before. Why is Poland arming itself like crazy? And some people said, because of the Russian threat, the boogeyman right there in the Kremlin. No, they have other plans. I will tell you what the plans I think they have. But start with the first topic. Sputnik. Houthis claim attack on USS Harry S. Truman aircraft carrier, who protects obviously the transport routes over on this planet, not defend the boss. Yemen's Houthis reports an attack on the US aircraft carrier Truman in the Red Sea, with several hours of combat between the two forces. And I'm quoting, "Our forces struck American warships in the Red Sea with cruise missiles. In the last 24 hours, Yemen's forces also intercepted 2 airstrikes that the US was preparing to launch on it," according to the movement. In order to know that these guys are preparing an attack, you have to have intelligence. I wonder what kind of intelligence they have. Do you think they have like satellites? Do you think they have certain kind of long range with decoding and they know? Do you think they have a few Houthis on the aircraft carrier, which I don't think the decision is made over there? Nevertheless, how do you think the Houthis knew that the Americans are about to attack? Maybe it was someone else who told them so. Who could that be? Russia? Iran? China? Maybe the Biden administration? I don't know. But let's see what the Americans did in return, because we defend ourselves, because everybody else wants to beat the bully. The bully is just minding his own bully business. All right, plays chess, okay, paints, plays piano, okay, sometimes the trumpet, the moonlight sonata, that's it. And everybody else attacks the bully, man, and the bully is always himself. Don't attack me because I have to switch into the bully mode, my friends. Again, the inverse reality promoted by the media operatives on our lives. B-2 stealth bombers deployed to Diego Garcia have been striking targets in Yemen. Right there, the stealth fighters. Ooh, right there, okay. All right, the bombers, not the stealth. Okay, wasn't one of these guys shot down in Yugoslavia with a 1962 air defense systems, wasn't it? And then the Chinese came the next day, picked it up, and took it to China to... Wasn't that? One of those, I don't know. I'm not going to look B-2, but let's see. Maybe I can look at B-2 Spider Spirit and see. Maybe they are the one. I don't know when they were built. So let's look. Okay. Yes, and Mr. Cosman's elephant memory. What? Right here, the stealth fighter. And right here, B-2 was manufactured between 1987. So in 1999, introduction, it was introduced in 1997, and it was shut down 2 years after its introduction by a 1960s battery. You know how that was operated? A guy like this. I'm stealth. Took a shit, landed, and the Chinese come over, Red Rover. Why? Because the baboons bombarded the Chinese embassy, if you remember, in Belgrade. It was an accident. Smart bombs operated by imbeciles. All right, so that's with the B. They used those bombers. Now, I think the Houthis, if they use a battery from the Second World War, you know, or maybe some, how do you call it? Bows and arrows, I think, or maybe throw some spears, they will kill the B-2. Stealth, mind you. Next one. 5 of April 2025. Trump posts video of U.S. strike in Yemen. The drone footage depicts the bombing of a Houthi gathering, according to the U.S. president. And this is what the president says. These Houthis gathered for instructions on an attack. Oops! There will be no attack by these Houthis, the president wrote. They will never sink our ships again. Now, do you think these guys gathering, they gather over there to attack the Americans? I mean, if you think, these guys, okay, listen up, baboons. Right here, today we're gonna eat some coconuts, and tomorrow I will let you eat some bananas. Do you think that's how the conversation was over there? To do what? To gather for an attack by these Houthis. They will never sink our ships again. What does that mean? That means they sunk our ships. Did you know about that? Right there. But nevertheless, they were attacking with what exactly? What did they use? Cruise missiles. Now, do you think that those guys over there were prepared? I'm not going to play it. Would you prepare to use cruise missiles? Those guys over there? Nevertheless, this is what the Americans do. Keep us safe, promote democracy and freedom. Next one. Ukrainska Pravda. Russia attacks Ukraine with almost 100 UAVs overnight. But why do I have this from the 31st of March? This is from April 5. What's going on, people? What's going on? The Russians attacked Ukraine with 92 Shahed attack UAVs and decoy drones on the night of 4 to 5 April, 51 of which were shot down and another 31 disappeared from radar. They attacked from the cities of Bryansk, Milerovo, Primorsko-Akhtarsk, as well as Cape Shauda in temporarily occupied Crimea. Where are you from, baboons? I'm gonna show you. So they launched it from Bryansk, Milerovo, Primorsko-Akhtarsk. Bryansk, Milerovo, Primorsko-Akhtarsk. Okay, here it is. We got that. We got Bryansk, Milerovo, Primorsko-Akhtarsk, and Cape Shauda. Exactly here. So here, Primorsko-Akhtarsk here, Milerovo, where this non-Jewish knows right here. And then what did you say? What did you say? What did you say? And Bryansk, right there. Let's see what they attacked. Right, it was confirmed they attacked Sumy, Donetsk, Kharkiv, Kiev, and Zhytomyr. Sumy, Donetsk, Kharkiv. Sumy, right here, across from Kursk. Donetsk, in this area right here. Kiev, obviously. I think I saw Zhytomyr as well right here. And it was another one, Kharkiv, I think, right here. So they did this right here, plus the two in here, I think. Let's see. Correct. And we got this one, the same thing. Russia attacks Ukraine with 92 UAVs, 51 down by air defenses. And now let's talk about the Poles with the balls. And they want a lot of shit. That's theirs. Used to be by invading, pilgriming, and taking up. Okay, that's what they do. But hey, they're just defending themselves by preemptive occupying territories. Look at this one. 4th of April. Polish deputy minister eyes key Ukrainian port. No, it's not Ukrainian because at one point maybe it belonged to Poland. Let's ask the Polish scholars. Warsaw should control a wharf in Odessa, a top agriculture officials have said. Poland should acquire a section of Ukraine's Black Sea port of Odessa to transport grain. Say it ain't so. Polish Deputy Minister of Agriculture and Rural Development, Michał Kolodziejczak, I need a surgery to my tongue, has said Odessa, founded by the Russian Empire in 1794, on the site of a Turkish fortress. So the Turks were first. No? And who were before there? Probably the Greeks. All right, the Greeks were everywhere on the Black Sea. I will show you the map. So this is Odessa. I guarantee you that because the Greeks were all over this. So if you want to really go and say, okay, give it back to Greece, my friends, or give it back to the Thracians, where and that around here, and others. But never, at times, sometimes the Tatars had it. But anyway, let's go with this, guys. They give us the history only from 1794. It's a globally important port for the export of grain, corn, and sunflower oil. This is what I want to propose. Tell me, Mr. Makel, why don't we talk to the Ukrainians about selling a wharf of or leasing it to us for 50 years? Why only 50 years, bud? So the Poles could have their own grain port. Ura! No, not bad idea. Such a place could be found, for example, in Odessa, where Polish and European grain will be transported. This way, we will secure access to the Black Sea, he added. Good geopolitical move, I like that. The deputy minister said that he was afraid of Ukraine joining the European Union because we don't know what will happen. Ask Macron, he's gonna tell you. If only we had this on a platter, 500,000 hectares in Ukraine for Polish breeding companies. And now let's go to the nitty-gritty. I told you many times, whenever I talk about the western part of Ukraine as the Polish part of Ukraine, the Poles, which are right here, they want and they will get this. One way or another, they will have it. They have some minority Polish people here. The Hungarians have here in Zakarpattia. Romania have everywhere here. But nevertheless, the Poles will get it. And they will use as justification, protect our ethnic Poles living on our former territories. How did you get those territories again? Come again. Oh, you were over there forever, before the Romans, the Thracians, the Greeks, everybody. You were over there. Someone told me that. I was like, okay. Have a nice day. Now, can you blame the Poles? The Poles have territorial demands with the countries surrounding Poland, even though, according to some, and it's up to you to go and verify if that's correct, the Poles got German territories incorporated in modern Poland. I know I will hear a lot of Poles who would say, actually, Gdansk and, the Prussia was ours because, we were here before the Germanic tribes. Again, so when do you go with asking for your territories? The biggest territory that Poland had, according to my, little information that I have, was when it was the Commonwealth of Lithuania, Poland. And it was what, in 17th century, 18th century, it was about 1600s, 1700s, something like that. You go and check. They were the biggest, and I think at that point they even went down from, let me show you. They went down, so you see, Poland is here. All this right here. They got all this, including, I think they got the I know they got the Black Sea. So they had a port at one point here. They conquered, they pillaged, they attacked, they killed, they took, they get her. Woo, woo, woo. That's what they did. So when you tell me that we have saints in the world, if your name is not Jesus the Christ or who knows whomever, no, you ain't a saint, including nations. So, how you say, keep your mouth a little bit, your beak a little bit smaller in Polish? Skrożnaja pakalaka. Okay, skrożnaja pakalaka a little bit, okay? If you don't believe, go and get a dictionary, all right? Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart. They will never get Odessa. Look for the truth and be just. But hey, remember the Panama Canal? We want to take it because the Chinese took over now. So do you think the Poles will be able? The Russian will smack them with one claw. The Poles, like this, ping, and the Polish nose will be like a trampoline. Thank you very much for being with me again today. See you next time.